Hi, sweeties. How are you doing? Welcome to Niacim. Thank you so much for the support. Hope you all are doing great. So, this video is coming from Bishop Thomas, and I am going to say a very big shout out to him. You all know how much I love his videos. So, I am going to start with this. Some people that voted against their own interest that are looking for people to sympathize and empathize with them today, there are some people I will never ever empathize and sympathize with. There are some that I may. Because this particular woman, she is old enough to know what is good and what is good from bad. And let me tell you all something. There are some decisions you make that will not just only affect you, it will also affect people around you, like children, husband, and all that. And this particular one is also affecting her. We also affect her own child. I don't know how majority of you look into your children's eyes and still fail them. It is only this admin. Okay, last election actually made me understand that some people do not feel anything for their family, for their loved ones and all that. Because tell me how a husband will vote against his own wife, children against their own parents, parents against their own children. Is that not madness? It's madness. When I see people like this, I do not empathize. I do not sympathize with them. I just move forward. Why? Because they are the architect of what is happening to them. Let's get into this video.
The last election, who did you vote for?
I feel embarrassed to tell you. Why? Because I'm against abortion.
So Medicaid pays for all of it.
Yes.
How does it make you feel?
My medication, it runs $20,000 a month without insurance. I make $800 a month. Oh, that will kill me. That would kill my friends. That would kill millions of people in this country if they lose their health care.
We're in California's District 22, a rural community in the state's Central Valley. This district voted for Trump for the first time in 2024, but now his policies threaten one of the benefits people here rely on the most.
It bothers me when people like Elon Musk say that people on those programs are the parasite class. It's just cruel.
Do you know anyone personally who voted for President Trump but depends on benefits like Medicaid?
Oh yeah. I know a lot of people.
Trump promised a lot of things. I thought it will be more family values and those programs that they really need here.
One of those promises was to protect Medicaid, which 67% of people in this district rely on. It's the largest percentage of any district in the entire country.
Can you guarantee that Medicare and Medicaid will not be touched?
Yeah, I mean, I have said it so many times, we're not going to touch it.
But his administration just proposed an $880 billion cut to Medicaid over the next 10 years. So we wanted to come here to find out how people are feeling about Trump and his administration's decision that could have a huge impact on one of the benefits they rely on the most.
Let me see. What is this?
One resident who would be impacted by Medicaid cuts is 64-year-old Irma Arredondo, who voted for Trump in 2024. Irma has several chronic health issues, including type 1 diabetes. She's also a full-time caregiver for her daughter, who has cerebral palsy, and her sister, who has Turner syndrome.
Valerie have her medication for her seizure. She needs care, everything. And I just give massage to her hands, to her legs. I stay with her until she falls asleep.
It sounds like you take really good care of her.
Oh, and my baby is my dog.
So you, your sister Irene, and your daughter Valerie, you're all on Medicaid. And how important is Medicaid for your family?
Can you imagine? We live on a daily basis with sicknesses. This is for the cholesterol too. This is also for my blood pressure.
So Medicaid pays for all of it?
Yes.
If you didn't have Medicaid, how much would this cost you? How much money?
Thousands maybe.
Thousands. And that's just for you?
Just for me.
Not for your daughter? Not for your sister?
No. The medicine that my daughter takes for seizures, I won't be able to afford it. So we feel hopeless if those cuts come, What we want to do.
Irma was a farm worker for more than a decade. She believes that some of her and her children's health issues can be linked to the pesticides she was exposed to while working in the fields.
When I was pregnant with my child, I was working in the field. I remember it was this little airplane and it sprayed us. But when my baby born, the doctor just said, "Oh, something's missing." And when he gave me my baby don't have her arm.
So with these risks that you and your community face in agriculture, and then
Yes.
and then to have the system threatened to take away your health insurance, to take away protection. How does it make you feel?
Like I told you, I feel like this stabbing nuts in the back. You know, but why? Why when we put food on their tables? You know, that we risk our health. Look at me right now. Look at me how many sicknesses that I have. The COPD, I didn't have COPD at that time. We got all in the fields. Where else?
We're seeking permanent income tax cuts all across the board.
The $880 billion in Medicaid cuts proposed in President Trump's budget will help pay to permanently extend his 2017 tax cuts. The largest tax breaks would go to the wealthiest individuals. Are those your values?
No, that's not right. ¿Por qué van a hacer tanto recorte? Sí, tanto recorte. ¿En dónde lo van a poner ese dinero? ¿Dónde?
In the last election, who did you vote for?
I feel embarrassed to tell you that before all the years back, since I got my citizenship, I said I was a Democrat. But then, in these last elections, I voted as a Republican. Why? Because I'm against abortion. Para mí, la palabra.
I'm going to tell you a little secret. Those of us who vote for the general welfare of the United States, the general welfare of the people, are working twice as hard against people who are voting against us and are going to doom us all. Now, I have all the sympathy in the world for this woman's daughter and her sister. All the sympathy in the world, because they did not ask for this. They are the least of us who should be taken care of, according to the parables that Jesus talked about. So to them, I have no hate. I want to see them well, and I want to see them taken care of the way they deserve to be. But her, Miss Irredondo, I got nothing. I got no sympathy whatsoever. None. While I go into a voting booth, or I went into the voting booth in 2024 and voted to secure the needs, secure the help and the assistance that Miss Irredondo's family needed, Miss Irredondo walked her ass into a voting booth and voted against me and voted against her family because of a issue that she no longer has to worry about. You are 64 years old. Why are you worried about something that you no longer have to deal with? And why would you be so selfish as to vote in such a way that, yeah, you get rid of the thing that you were worried about, but in the process, you screwed your family. You screwed your neighbor's family. You screwed your community. You screwed your district. You screwed your state. You screwed the nation as a whole. You risked everything to stop abortion. But in the process, you also stopped the Medicaid and Medicare that you and your family so richly need. Those of us who vote for the collective have to work twice as hard because we are voting not just against corporate interests and people who want to have more opulence at the expense of the working class, but we are also voting against the people in the working class who are voting stupidly on wedge issues. That isn't fair, and I don't care how you try to slice it. We are doing twice the work because of the ignorance of other people. So no, I do not have an ounce of sympathy for Miss Irredondo. Not a one. None. Her daughter and her sister, absolutely. And I will continue to fight, so that they can get the help that they need. And I will continue to vote for people who will secure the blessings of liberty, as they say, for her daughter who has cerebral palsy and her sister who has Turner's disease. But as far as she's concerned, I do not feel an ounce of sympathy for her whatsoever. She's saying she's embarrassed to talk about who she voted for. You weren't embarrassed to walk into a voting booth on November 5th, 2024 and cast that vote. Now, were you? You didn't think of your family. You didn't think of your community. You thought of yourself. And here I am, all the way across the country, voting to secure everything that you have and strengthen it. You voted against me. You won. Now you're upset. Why? You got exactly what you wanted. And unfortunately, that is a symptom of how the United States operates. The United States, as far as the voting population, is people voting for the collective and having people in that collective vote against us. We are working twice as hard to try to help people who do not want to be helped. We're throwing life rafts. We're throwing life preservers. We're throwing life jackets. We've got ropes. We've got lighthouses. We are trying to be a safe space in a storm. And far too many of us are choosing the storm. And then they're mad when the storm does what it does. When exactly are they going to be held accountable for their own actions? I'd like to know.
Hey guys, the desperation is showing. The desperation is blaringly showing. So now, since it's not working when he told his cult members to don't talk about it anymore, that it's boring. It's not even working when he threatened, saying that he doesn't want their support anymore, calling them stupid and weaklings, and even threatening them if they keep talking about it. Since none of that seems to be working, he goes for one of his oldies but goodies. And he pulls out, yes, the classic Obama. He pulls out the classic Obama. Talking about he's going to have Obama's being investigated and there are going to be charges brought up. And he's going to have, Obama arrested, and even did an AI video of, remember that time when him and Obama was sitting in the Oval Office right before he took office his first term? He took that scene and did an AI video of it and inserted people coming in, arresting Obama, pushing him down to the floor, and he's sitting there smiling. Yeah, that reeks of desperation. Oh, by the way, they had him to delete that because the video was just so unhinged and so insane. It was showing the fact that this man is unhinged and insane. So that's not going to work either, because what you're trying to do now, you're trying to rile us up. Baby, you've already taken care of that fear for us. I know it's hard for you to remember your name these days, but do you happen to remember how you got the Supreme Court to give presidents immunity, complete immunity for anything they're doing is in their official capacity? Yeah. So Obama has no worries, because that went for every president, not just you, boo-boo. So people just laugh at it because he's already assured us that nothing will happen because he had the Supreme Court to give the presidents complete immunity. So now what, Trump? Because the more you try to say, it's fake, the more you try to say, it's the Democrats, all that, people are pulling up more and more articles and old videos blasting you, putting your business out. Videos coming out with people like, you guys remember Uncle Luke from Too Short? What is it? From that group, Too Short? the first rap group came out, Uncle Luke. He did a video back in the day where he said Trump invited him, Mike Tyson, and Eddie Murphy to a party at his Miami home after one of his pageants, and told him that he had beautiful women here to come down, enjoy the party. Now, those pageants were teenage pageants. They were for teenagers, if I'm not mistaken. There might have been some in there a little older, but the majority of those girls were teenager. And Uncle Luke said once he finished showing them around, he started walking around and said there was no music, but there were a lot of females around that didn't look the age, didn't look like they were old enough to be there. And there was a lot of sex going on. In different rooms, there was a lot of sex going on, no music. So he said, I'm not going to jail for nobody. And he said he got the hell out of there after about 45 minutes. He got the hell out of there. Because he said he was, thinking they're going to try to, set him up, record him, and extort him. He was getting the hell out of there. He said if he was going to get arrested, it was going to be from his own crap. So that came out recently. So I think he's really did it to himself this time, to the point to where there's no escape. He's reaching, he's grasping for straws, he's pulling anything that he can get his hands on. Nothing is working. The more he try to distract, the more articles come out. You heard about the Wall Street Journal article. Rupert Murdoch said, bring it on. Bring on the lawsuit, because I'm ready for you. Can't wait for discovery, which means that lawsuit will never go through. Then there are other stories that are coming out. They're just, people are talking. Now you're getting people on mainstream media having to discuss these topics that he does not want discussed. Yeah. Body language tells you everything. And I think I told y'all about the one where he admitted that he's in there, while he was saying that, that the Democrats wrote it, Comey wrote it, Biden and Obama, and we saw a lot of fake stuff in there about me. So that was the admission. He's all over those files, and it's not fake information. Katie Johnson did a sworn testimony. She filed a case to cut the court document. She got scared at the last minute and didn't go through with it, but then she came back with the YouTube interview, which has been popping all over the internet, all over YouTube, where she told her story of her encounter with Donald Trump, where it was supposed to have been a make-believe rape fantasy, and said he went completely crazy, scared the hell out of her, raped her viciously, talked so bad to her, and when she cried to the young lady that was in there with her, what if I get pregnant, told her, bitch, get an abortion. So all that's coming out. So whether y'all want to believe it or not, whether y'all choose to keep your head stuck in the ground because y'all don't want to open your eyes to the man that's standing before you and all of the things that he has done and is capable of doing and is guilty of doing, stay with your head up under the ground. It ain't gonna change one fact. What's done in the dark will come to the light. Trump is just having his stuff brought out to the light, and it ain't finna stop no time soon. So get ready for more panic attacks. Get ready for more distraction attempts. Nothing's gonna take this train is taking off, and it ain't nobody stopping it. I don't think it's gonna stop until the final is revealed. And his boy Musk told him, you got 72 hours to reveal the list, or I will. So there's a lot of pressure and a lot of people in the background that's really putting some shaking in his boots. So keep your eyes open. Keep an eye out. You're going to see a lot more of this coming out. Okay? Keep your head up. Before I get out of here, MAGA, I just got one little question for you. Is it great again yet? Y'all know my friends knows as hell.
This is all I got from this video. And of course, my guys, the answer is it is not great, except the ones that are still fooling and deceiving themselves. Because if you are truthful, you definitely will know that there is nothing great about this particular administration. So, I'm sorry. To that woman, I do not have any empathy, any sympathy for her. See, the decisions sometimes you make, especially for yourself, affect your children. And people, not just children, people around you too, and everybody. I do not understand how somebody with medical condition, then her child medical condition, and you knew why people talked about Medicaid. Why they said that if this man wins, Medicaid will go. You all heard all that, but still voted against your interest. Firstly, they asked her, who did you vote for? She said she's ashamed to say it. I am glad you are very ashamed to say who you voted for. But we already knew because it's telling. You see all the drugs that you have on daily. Very soon, so many people will not be able to afford their drugs. Like the man that said, I have brought this kind of video here, but this one is coming from Bishop Thomas, and you all know how much I love his commentary. That's why I am bringing it. Yeah. Some people are their own enemies. Some people are their own enemy of progress. Some people are the ones holding themselves down. So you people are the one that held yourself down. Some may not be able to afford this medication. Some might end up borrowing to pay for medication. That is how bad it is. And also see, I don't know how people do things like this. It is very difficult to talk about because each time I try to talk about this, it aggravates me. Migrant, okay, I think I don't know, but black people stepped out there to save you people's butts. You stepped out there to make life worse for black people and even yourself. Since this administration started, that I saw that mothers voted against their own children. Mothers voted against their own husbands. Husbands voted against their own wives. I think that is the right thing to say. Children voted against their own parents. You know, very disgusting attitude. So where did the love go? Where did it go? Because I thought people, your loved ones first, but it looks like you all do not even think about your loved ones. It really sucks, but that is what it is. I hope you all learn from this mistake, but if not, it will repeat itself. But I am hoping that this never repeats itself because it's as it is disastrous and it's chaos. Very chaotic administration so far. And still with his what is that called? Vascular condition, he is still shedding people. That is to tell you how that man is. He also has medical condition. What if that man is fit and maybe like 65 years or 60 years? If that man were 60 years, I guess everybody would run away. But God knows the best. The universe, whatever. Anyway, let me keep it at this. I will draw the curtain here. Bye for now.